Hey guys, welcome to Black United. Welcome to another video, and today it's time to talk about Nelson Semedo. His agent has communicated to the club that there is interest from other clubs, especially coming from the Premier League and Serie A. I don't know how to say this because it's been a very unfair treatment of Semedo by Barcelona and Ernesto Valverde on how he decided to distribute the minutes around this season for the right back position. And this is saying that I think that Nelson Semedo, if he was playing as many minutes as Jordi Alba, as other players in his position, he would be one of the best in the world. I think he has the potential to be one of the best players in the world in his position. But at the same time, I want to say this because I've seen a lot in the comments that Nelson Semedo should start instead of Sergio Roberto because Sergio Roberto is really bad. He's not a right back. He's very bad defensively. He doesn't do anything. He should get sold. I don't like Sergio Roberto. And talking about Sergio Roberto really quick is that yes, he does not deserve to play instead of Semedo. I completely agree that. I think it's unfair. And yes, he's being moved from midfield into right back, but at the same time, Semedo has also been moved into the right back position because he began his career as a right winger. He used to be much more of a winger, and that's why attacking wise he's so good. And defensively, he's much better than Sergio Roberto just because his acceleration and sprint speed is much better than that of Sergio Roberto. So he's able to correct with his speed a lot of the mistakes that he might do defensively, although he's actually really good defensively aware. I think that Sergio Roberto does have a place in this team. Depends on what he's able to like accept the roles in the team. I think that for the price that it's rumored, letting go of Semedo for 35 to 40 million euros is a mistake. He's a player that is very important for us. Like, we need him. For 35 million euros, we're not going to be able to get another player like him. Like, all the best right backs in the world are already taken. There is an option that we could take for a cheaper price. I think we could sign him for less than 20 million euros. But having Semedo, I think that he can adapt very well for Barcelona. And the other option that I would say is that he's the best right back, right wing back, attacking wise, in my opinion, or at least the one with the highest potential. But I don't know how he would adapt to Barcelona, and that's the thing. We really have a player that has shown that he has adapted to Barcelona. That if you give him minutes, he doesn't hide away. He takes protagonism and he plays fantastic in midfield. He contributes a lot to attack, contributes in defense. Good ball control, good dribbling, fantastic acceleration, good link-up play. Like, with Semedo already adapted to the way we do things, I think that there's no need to change from a right back for Barcelona. Now, with that said, the right back, if Nelson Semedo was to go, in my opinion, we should be going on for Josef Atal from Nice. I think that attacking wise, I haven't seen this amount of quality in a fullback, maybe from the times of Marcelo, Roberto Carlos, Dani Alves. Like, he just looks world class in my opinion. But like I said, I don't know how he's gonna adapt to the dressing room. I don't know how he's gonna adapt to the way we do things. How good is he defensively? Is he actually does he have everything to be a Barca right back? I think that he does, but I'm not sure. And with Semedo already giving us what we need and being young enough for what we need, letting him go, I think it would be a mistake. Now, with that said, it's time to talk about the Ernesto Valverde and Nelson Semedo situation, because Nelson Semedo, when Sergio Roberto was injured this season, there was a period, I think, of three weeks to a month or something, where Semedo was participating very well, where he was playing out of his mind, like he was playing so well. And as soon as Sergio Roberto gets back from the injury, at first, like he don't even take any time to recover or just take some little minutes to adapt back to play. No, straight start. Doesn't matter how well Semedo was doing, Sergio Roberto was gonna start anyways. And I think that if you keep having that many players in midfield, then Sergio Roberto's never gonna be able to play there. And because Sergio Roberto is part of the group of players that need to play, because they want to play all the minutes of the season, then Semedo is not going to be able to feature as much, and for me that's a problem. So first of all, one of the problems is get rid of a lot of midfielders for next season. I mean Rakitic, I mean Rafinha, Denis Suarez, Andre Gomez. You reduce Busquets' minutes a lot. Like you use more Arthur and De Jong. Like you use all those kind of players, and then, in my opinion, Sergio Roberto and Arturo Vidal can do exactly the same as Ivan Rakitic. I've mentioned it before. Ivan Rakitic in this team is not needed. Sergio Roberto is a midfielder. He's expressed he wants to play midfield, that his actual position is in midfield, and I think that he will be happy receiving minutes in midfield. That he can receive the backup minutes at right back too. That's fantastic. He can easily play over 3,000 minutes from midfield and from any position that we need a backup in that position. Like he can play in the right wing as a backup. He can do the job. He's not gonna be the most spectacular thing, but if we need a backup, then he will do a fantastic job. If you need to play a right midfielder, he can do a fantastic job. He can play in midfield, in the pivot position, in the interior positions, as a backup right back, and in between all of that, with such a long season, fighting for 3 competitions, that is over 3,000 minutes guaranteed. Semedo can also get over 3,000 minutes. Like, it wouldn't be that hard. Like, they will all play about 70% of the minutes of the season, and everyone can be happy if you distribute the minutes well, and you start progressing players that are over 30 years old out of the team. If he doesn't want to accept that, Sergio Roberto don't have a necessarily defined position, then I'm sorry. I think that you're a player that from Masia, that you had a tough period getting into the squad. Luis Enrique converted you to a right back, and you perform very well, and you keep performing very well. It's not an attack on Sergio Roberto this video, but Semedo is just better. And if I have to choose, Semedo has not given me any reasons of not being professional, of not giving his all. He's given his all every time that he's been there, and it's an embarrassment that he did not start against Liverpool both games. Because you look at Mane, he was destroying Sergio Roberto, not because Sergio Roberto is a bad defender, it's just because he's not fast enough. Against Mane, he was always going to lose the battle. Always. 100% of the time he was going to lose the battles against Sadio Mane. Now, with all that said, we also have to talk about the Semedo and Dembele partnership, because Dembele, every time that he's played on the right with Nelson Semedo, their partnership has been, like, you can just see it. It's fantastic. They both play really, really well. It's really interesting to watch. They link up so well. It's like watching Dani Alves and Lionel Messi back on their time. Like, not as great, but still really good. Like I said, for something to be good, it doesn't have to be the best of the best that we've ever had. It just has to be good enough that it can do the same role that we had it. Because if we have a collective that works well, and we have players that do the same role and the same things that we used to do before, then we will still be able to do what we used to do, which is dominate the game by the ball, press really high, like score a lot of goals most of the time, and just be really entertaining and playing good football. So Semedo and Dembele should play in the same wing a lot of the time. I think it would be great to see that double right hand side being really, really good, attacking wise and defensive wise. And I think in the case of Semedo, it's been very similar to just Valverde putting any player that he wants whenever he wants, because they are more popular, they cost more, or they're just more important in the dressing room. Like, for example, you've had, I think, 3 critical battles this season, and it's been Semedo, Sergio Roberto, Coutinho, Dembélé, and Arturo Vidal against Ivan Rakitic. And the thing for me is that Ivan Rakitic, not better than Arturo Vidal, or at least hasn't done anything to merit playing over Arturo Vidal. Hasn't done anything to play over Artur. Okay, if Artur is having physical problems and he needs to gain fitness, okay, you can understand it. But over Arturo Vidal, where he was being better than Rakitic all season long, no excuse. Same thing with Sergio Roberto and Semedo battle. Semedo's been better than Sergio Roberto a lot more. Same thing with Dembele being better than Coutinho, and Coutinho still playing every time that he can. It's just not good to watch, because what you're telling these players is that you can try as hard as you can be as professional as you can, because I'm gonna play whoever the hell I want, whenever I want, and you're only gonna get the minutes that I give you. And it's not fair. If you work hard, you should be rewarded with minutes. If you work hard, if you're performing well, you should be rewarded with minutes. Like, then we are asking Dembele not to be professional, to not arrive late to trainings, well, to be motivated. How motivated are you gonna be if you know that any time that you do anything half wrong, you're getting benched for the next 5 games? It's not fair. It's not fair. Coutinho is being playing like this. Like, if Dembele had 3 games in a row, like Coutinho's had some of the games this season, he wouldn't have featured again this season. He would have been completely frozen out. I'm not kidding. This is how bad Ernesto Valverde has just planned out his season and execute what he wanted to do. And with all that said, I think that it's very clear the situation on Semedo. I think that everyone is aboard with Semedo staying. I hope that he stays. I don't think there's any club right now that will pay his release clause of 100 million euros, but we need to keep an eye on the situation, because he's a really good right back and it can develop for the next couple of years and even get better. So with all that said, leave me your comments in the comment section below. Do you want Semedo to stay? Do you want Semedo to leave? Do you think he should start over Sergio Roberto, or Sergio Roberto should start over Semedo? Leave them all in the comment section below. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one, Blaugranas.